and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this fillable digital form in Word. So let's open a new document. So the first thing we're going to do is insert our image. So go to Insert, Pictures. You can select a picture from File, or you can create one from stock images. Over here you have a search bar. You can just pop in whatever you like for your search. And then you can simply scroll down and select any of these images. Once you've selected your image, all you need to do is just click on the little dot on the screen, just here, and click Insert. With every image you insert into Word, you won't be able to move it. So make sure it's selected, go to Picture Format, go to Wrap Text and select In Front of Text. And now you can move it anywhere in your document and of course resize it. So we're just going to pop that roughly here. You can obviously make adjustments as we go. Then go to Insert, Shapes, click on the square, click and draw out a rectangle. And then we can just move it up to the top here. Now with every shape you insert into Word, it has actually got an outline around it. So for this one, I'm just going to get rid of it. So go to Shape Format, Outline, No Outline. Now in the shape fill, we're going to click on the drop down and we're going to go down to more fill colours. The reason we're going to do this is because we like to match some of the colours in the image, just so that it makes it a lot more cohesive. Obviously, if this is your brand colours, then that's slightly different. If you can get an image that does match your brand colours, it will look much, much better. So for this, you can use this darken and lighten slider here. You can move this little icon around this colour wheel. So if we wanted some browns, then you can move it around here, move the slider down, and obviously the colour of your choice will be here. And you can attempt to match the colours in this particular image. Now, if you're lucky enough to have this eyedropper tool, you can move it over the image and just click anywhere you like for that colour. And then obviously it will appear here. And then you just click OK, and the colour will then change at the top. If you go back into the menu at the top here, you can see you've got recent colours and you've got some of those colours that you've previously chosen, so you don't have to keep going back and rematching those colours. So let's just pop that up here. Now for the logo, if you go to Insert, Pictures, this one is my picture from File, and you just simply select a logo of your choice and click Insert. Again, wrap text, in front of text, and then we can move this one over here. Now, if you haven't left yourself much room, of course, you can move this image over. There we go. And then for the title, go to Insert, Text Box, Draw Text Box, click and draw out a text box, and then you can begin to type your text. For this one, I'm just going to paste my text in. And if you're wondering, if I go to the Home tab, it's this font here, font size 26. I've made it bold. And I've also changed the colour of my font to one of my recent colours, which matches the colours in my image. If I deselect, I've got this black outline around it, which I want to get rid of. So select it, Shape Format, Outline, No Outline. Now this isn't really lined up to anything at the moment. I'm just going to space it out. But as we go through, I will show you how you can align all of this to make it a little bit more cohesive. So the cursor's up here at the moment. Now, if I hit the return key, you can see everything's going to get dragged down, which is fine. So what we can do is select the picture, hold down my Command or Control key, and then select everything here. And then I can just use my arrow key and move it all back up. Now I can find my cursor is further down here. And then I can start to insert my table. So go to Insert, Table, click on the drop down, Insert Table. I'm just going to take the default number of columns 5, number of rows 2, and click OK. Now the reason I've done that is I may not use all of these columns, but it will enable me to show you how you can actually customize all of these cells. So I can click on this cell here, go to Table Layout, and just click Insert Rows, and I can insert rows below or above, and then also I can use the Merge Cells tool. So select all the cells at the top and click Merge Cells if I like to merge one or more of my cells. Now in the top cell, I'm just going to paste in some text, and I'm going to select that text, and then in table layout, I'm going to go over to this alignment section. You can align your text in accordance with all of these little diagrams. I'm going to align to center left. This text is font size 14, and again you can see the font as well. Now this is the original, and what we need to do now is just put all the text in that you want for your table, and then I'm going to show you how to make the boxes and all the spaces. So I'm just going to speed up the video while I do that. So now I need some more rows, so I can go to table layout and just click rows below. This one I'm going to merge and then put my title in. Okay, so this section can get a bit more complicated, so I'm just going to merge these two cells for the signature, merge these two cells here to write the word signature. Again, leave the gap in the middle, merge these two cells, and then merge these two cells as well. And then we could put email address, and then the same here, merge cells. Okay, so this looks a bit of a mess at the moment. It doesn't look very cohesive, but we can make this look much better very quickly. So the first thing to do is to click across these two, merge the cells, and do the same with these. This one, again, we'll do it with these two. With these two, we're actually going to move them across. And again, with these two, we're going to move this central line across here. Just click and drag that line across, but make sure you just highlight those two rows there, because otherwise all of the lines will move. So just select the lines that you want to move, or the cells where the lines you want to move. So now what we need to do is create some extra spaces. So in organization name, click in there, click insert above. Same with this one, insert above. Now you might say, well, why didn't I create more rows and just leave a space between them? Well, because it allows me to now show you how you can customize it, as well as troubleshoot, because often people will say, well, I wanted an extra space. How did I create that extra space? How did I delete it? So we're just going to go through and make those spaces. So now we've made all those extra spaces, we're going to make the boxes. So in order to do that, we need to take all these border lines out. So select the table, go to table design, go to borders and select no borders, but then continue on the drop down to go to view grid lines. And now we've just got this guide. So there's no border lines, we've just got these grid lines, and this will help us to do the merging and to put in all the different information we want. So for these three here, I'm going to merge them. So go to table layout, merge cells, go to table design, go to borders and select outside borders. That has now created your little box for your text. In addition to this, the height of this box is not great. So if I click in this box, go to table layout, and I can increase this to, let's say, 0.73 or 0.7 and press enter. And that just gives us a slightly wider box if we want. Maybe reduce that down to 0.5, just so we've got a little bit of extra space for the text. Then we can go to number of employees and do the same, merge cells, table layout. This is already selected for the outside borders, as you can see, so just click. What you may want to do is actually to grab this line here for all of them. What you may want to do is actually to grab this line and move it over. Do the same with this line here, move it over. It doesn't have to line up, it can be customized to the length of each piece of text. Again, do this. If you do it this way round by merging the cells, then going to put the border line around it, if I was to merge these cells below it, then often you'll get an extra line that runs into the next cell. So you have to keep dividing them. This is the technique to show you the easiest way to get all of these boxes in without creating extra border lines. So I've just made all of these rows 0.6 centimeters tall, and then we'll move down to this section here. So in here we'll need our checkboxes, and for that we need our developer tab. If you can't see it, go to Word, Preferences, Ribbon and Toolbars, down to the bottom, make sure developer tab is checked and click Save. Once you've done that, your developer tab will be here, and over here you can click on checkbox, and then we can do that for all of our checkboxes. Perfect. And then for this box here, we can go back up to table design, outside border, and with the email address as well, date and name. So to see all of this, if we just click our table, select it all, go to borders and take off the grid lines. Now you can see how your table looks without those grid lines. A few minor things that we ought to sort out. First of all, we've made a second page. So in order to take out that second page, we can move our margins. Over here on the rulers, if you can't see rulers, go to View, make sure rulers are checked. Click between the white and grey section, click and pull down that margin. That will give you a little bit more room on this page, and we'll take out that second page. The other thing to do is just to create a little bit of interest with the title here. Go to the Home tab, change the font colour to whatever you want, increase the font size and maybe put that one bold. Next thing to do is organise the text, so select this section. You can see the text is in the centre of these cells and also the centre of these cells. So go up to the top here and go to centre left, and then you've aligned all the text to the left. And then when I come to put my digital text in here, or room for my digital text, it'll align to the centre left as well. So pop your cursor here, we'll go to the developer tab, and then we'll go to text box here. And as you can see, we've now got a digital text box. You won't be able to use this till you protect the form, which I'll show you in a second. Go to each of these cells and put in your text box. You can copy and paste them if you want to, which is to select it, Command or Control C, click Command or Control V to paste here, and all of these as well. So once I've protected the form, you can see this is all greyed out, and if I try to click on anything in my document, I can't, and my cursor will go straight to the first text box. And here your user will be able to type what they need to. If you don't like the shading, just click shading and take out that shading. And here you can obviously click on those checkboxes as well, or your user can. And then if you unprotect the form, I can now go back and I can customize any of my form. So if I zoom out, I can now deal with the alignment here. So what we can do if we want to is move the image over. We can line up this text with our text box if we want to. And then if we want to line this up with this text, I'm going to first take out the background. So go to Shape Format, Shape Fill, No Fill. Now I can move this over the text or under it, line these two bits up here, and then simply use my arrow key to move that up to where I want it, leaving it perfectly aligned to this text here. Once you're all done, all you need to do is go to the developer tab and protect that form. Now you can send it on to your user, who will only be able to type in these boxes and click on the various boxes as well. But if you can't be bothered to make all of this, then please feel free to download this using the link in the description below, and lots of my other different designs as well. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.